Guys, I'm just gonna give myself that thing. So we got it all day. From top of this fantastic, yeah, I don't know. Yes, I say, if you have that wrong, with the city of the town, but you want to go to the man and ground. I forgot that.
I go Mambi, I go on my four, Assalamu alaikum Jamal, I go Nami, another year is here again. So are we going to sit and wait for the next torrential rain to pour down on us and cause another irreversible pain and once more allow terror to reign? Are we going to bask in the libations of the Wulam, the prayers of the Imam and the supplications of the priest and the pastor? To appease the gods, cleanse the land and plead the mercy of Oduma Kuma the Creator? Are we just waiting to embrace the cold clashes of another terrible disaster? So once more we can run through the same circle, knowing very well this time around we could have acted faster. For had I known, we will always be an enemy to the present and the future. As a nation, may we not forget so soon the gloom of an unforgettable doom. Memories which will forever last. Memories which will never pass. Memories which have kept innocent souls locked behind eternal bars. Those who survive will forever live with their scars. Behold the consequences of the dangers we so often disregard. But never again the history of our dear nation must we allow our brothers to toil in vain. Never again in the history of our dear country must we allow terror to reign. So may the ancestors remind us of the dirge of June 3rd and June 9th. Memories of the dirge which hurt and cut deep like a knife. On that horrible, gory night. That night, we saw the lifeless bodies of our soldiers laid in sight. Right before our very own eyes. In broad daylight, death had stolen from us and taken a sudden flight. Millions of property destroyed, many hearts broken. But never again must we allow our enemies to rejoice over the many lives taken. For I still see the teardrop from many homes. I hear the cry of many souls. All I hear are wailing tones, and evil under the sun for our dear ones forever gone. Da ufanya hine Joshua mabano.
Well, that
Man pacho me kweju mabasisia.
Yo, me ba.
na mi na woi.
Oh, koto credit to secular basisia. These were the last moments of some of these innocent victims. Our dear ones who fell prey to the negligence of our system. Just as the hawk preys on the helpless chicks of the mother hen, we walk through our towns and cities not knowing when the deadly rains may descend. So we go about our daily activities walking through the lion's den. But never again, I say never again, must we allow terror to reign. No need to play the blame game. Cause that day when the rains came, it was nothing but pain's gain. Ghana is still the motherland. But let us wake from this slumber before it turns into another quicksand. We still have the chance to avert the shedding of innocent blood. If only we put in place measures to mitigate another deadly flood. The authorities must provide good drainage systems. We, the citizens, must stop choking the gutters. Please let us stop building along waterways. For these activities only bring us bitter days. The time is now for us to act. Proactive measures are there for us to take. But if we do this fast and allow this again, then please let us be vulnerable enough not to call this a natural disaster. For this time around, it will be a murder case. Long live Ghana, long live humanity, long live the world. Say no to avoidable adversity. So we got it all day from Joko to Santasi, yet asking us a bravono, yet I say, we did underground to raise the city above the palm, what you want to go make my mama proud. But for now, they're Charlie or your corner, what best you do, you want corner. Hope is it like we make better, now you go to now, your check on the now, make me bless you. From the north to the shore now, smiles are gonna go back to King up your door now, yeah. Things may slow for here, I'm gonna my young thing, I see a small thing, we know they hear, now boy, one day my coast to clear. We know how to crowd with the sea, but we know the fear. It's over with him and don't see before, panic for no what's the question.
Hello, good evening to everyone. Charlie, always an unexplainable feeling when Friday comes. So we always thank God it's Friday. Charlie, let me check who's in the house tonight. So special akwaba to everybody joining, be it via Zoom or Facebook or YouTube. We say akwaba to the Ehalakasa online talk party. We've held this down ever since the first lockdown, Charlie. So salutes and special one to Sir Black and Itiahene for the hard work. Okay, tonight I see the evergreen, the ever gorgeous, ever beautiful Mariska Taylor in the house. I see Fumwa with a charming smile. I see Etiahene in the house also. I see Sir Black himself. I see Neram, Ian, Metanoia, Miss Bonkwa, the fancy girl. I see Edwin Mukabi, also known as the Divine Bandit. I see DAK. I see Bye. Somebody saying bye, but still here. Okay, cool. I see Naomi, Nuno Messi. Nice. Okay, that's all we have for now on the Zoom channel. All right, tonight, 3 living legends. Yeah, man. Yes, when I say living legends, I'm not just using the title or just, I'm not just saying, but for real, they have records to prove. So tonight is a special kind of night. We have gracing our virtual space or stage, Mariska Taylor herself. We have from Ghana, yes, West Africa. We also have the Divine Bandits from the Republic of Kenya, and we also have Yibo Kojo Yibo, popularly and also known as Sir Black. Yes, sir. All right. So tonight, I can't wait for the game to begin, for the party to start. So make sure you grab yourself a drink. I'll get mine very soon, and just sit and relax. So then you are amazed. Hey, Ifuma, what's up? Charlie,
let's go.
Always blinking. How was the week for you?
It was good. Last week you left me with the Itiahene.
Oh,
but I don't see anything about it.
I know, right, Charlie? Forgive, but I heard it was super amazing. Yeah,
oh yeah,
big up to you for holding it down. Nice. So Charlie, what do you have? Yeah.
Tonight, the artists in the house, I don't want to talk about it, simple.
I know, right?
The combination alone.
Charlie, dope. Yeah, man. So did you have fun for fun party last night?
No, next week.
Okay.
Because I can't compare myself to these people. I can't.
Okay, nice. No, probably next week. Okay, so as usual, let's start off with the bios and let's get to know.
They are big men and big women.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm starting with someone. Okay, so I am who I am because of what I say with the words that I have, the time I have got, and the talent I possess. I owe myself to do this daily because not everyone can do it. I am blessed to have this ability. I make the shallow look and sound deep, and deep sound deeper, yet with a simple meaning. I want every poem I ever write to be my epitaph. Sometimes I am in my element, sometimes I'm not. There are pieces I don't believe I wrote because I am not that person anymore. But the truth is, this is reflection of who I am, who I have been, and who I will be. I started doing this at age 14. So I guess my works will best be described as 14 going on. Okay, so I started doing this at age 14. So I guess my works will best be described as 14 going on to immortality. Guess who this is? The Divine Bandit.
The Divine Bandit.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's how I
Nice.
Even
Nice.
about himself, Christ, a mystery. So you
know.
let's
Okay. All right. So permit me to go offline and continue with Mariska Taylor. Okay. Right. So Mariska Araba Taylor Daku is a writer, a poet, and a motivational speaker. She has published a poetry book, Rhythms of Poetry in Motion, a motivational book, The Secret to Detoxifying Your Life in Love, a non-fiction book titled A Deer Hunt, and A Widow Must Not Speak, a novel for young teens, The Iced Water Cellar, a children's full-color book titled King Goat Aponchi, which is being animated. Wow. Her children's story, The Proud Peacock, was included in Story Come, an East African anthology of 12 winning stories in an international competition held in 2019. She has been featured in 8 poetry anthologies, and 2 poems have been translated into Spanish and 1 into Malay. Mariska is a member of the Ghana Association of Writers, GAO, the International Women's Writing Guild, and WOA, which is West Africa to West Oakland Poetry Group, which has members from West Africa and the USA. She also has a blog page of her poetry on. All right, so that's Mariska Taylor. Charlie, heavy load.
Today, the heavy loads.
I tell you.
Okay, so let me continue with Yibo Kojo Yibo. Yibo Kojo Yibo is an African currently living in Ghana. He is the verbalist originator, a performer, and spoken word workshop facilitator. He is co-director of Hadowa Art and Culture Institute, a meeting ground for artists and cultural practitioners in Africa and Europe, and co-founder of Ehalakasa and Holy Academy. He is very much involved in organizing spoken word events, workshops, and youth development projects in schools and communities in collaboration with local, international, and cultural institutions. He is a 3-time award winner in spoken word poetry, which he lays underground as a living sacrifice for all who've gone for the voiceless. He was commissioned for the re-enactment of the 1884 Berlin Conference of the Scramble for Africa in Germany, 2015. The World Image Festival in Denmark to project Third World Nations. Adapted and played Joseph K. in The Trial by Franz Kafka, a European classic as Men on Black, directed by Simon Efler at home and abroad. Yibo has traveled widely. Sweat and tears may look the same, but permit the hustler to tell the difference. I quote, sweat and tears may look the same, but permit the hustler to tell the difference. So not.
Sweat and tears may look the same, but permit the hustler to tell the difference. Yeah, man.
Yes.
They say the rags tell the most sweetest of stories, the sweet stories. So, Charlie. So tonight, this is it tonight. And please get your notebooks also aside the drinks for the party. Get your notebooks because there's a lot to learn tonight. And priceless to combine these three people here, Charlie. You know, you don't get it anywhere. Just only here, Ehalakasa online talk party, which happens every Friday. So please do well. Those of you on the link, please do well to send the link across board to your friends, family, enemies, acquaintances, anybody. So they all join in and sip of the bliss. Okay, so we just zoom into the performances. Okay,
Yes.
so but please take a moment to share the link and let more people join in because I don't want anybody to miss a thing tonight. Okay, so it's Ifuma, who do we start with? On the
Okay,
legendary
so
board?
the man that described himself as a mystery. In fact, when I was reading about him, I was even imagining it. The divine.
The divine body.
Yes.
Bro, what's up? Can you unmute and let's vibe?
Thank you, everyone.
Nice,
it's surprising you decided to start with me. I'm the one who was in a rush driving to try to get to the meeting.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope I don't have to start with all the three at once. I can start with one first.
Yes. One,
yes.
Just one. Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. Then, as you heard via my introduction, I've been writing this for about 20 years. So I'm just going to do one of my pieces that I know offhand. I call it the alphabetical slaughter because I definitely use the letters of the alphabet in writing. I hope all of you will enjoy. Okay. A to the B to the C to the D. A is for the anguish, the agony, the apathy. B is for the beasts, the butchery, the battery. C is for the corruption, the culprits, the criminals. D is for the death, the darkness, the doubt. E to the F to the G to the H. E is for the excitement, the ecstasy, the end. F is for the fools, the foul, the fat. G is for the good, the great, the guilty. H is for the heartless, the hungry, the hopeless. I to the J to the K to the L. I is for the innocent, the imbeciles, the idiots. J is for the judges, the joyless, the jobless. K is for Kenya, the knowledge, the killers. L is for love. M to the N to the O to the P. M is for the mission, the mortality, the madness. N is for the nonsense, the nut jobs, the numbness. O is for the orchestrators, the oxygen, the ozone. P is for peace. Q to the R to the S to the T. R to the S to the T to the U. Q is for the questions, the Qs, the quakes. R is for the riots, the rebellion, the revolution. S is for the students, the somber, the sadness. T is for the terror, the terrorists, the terrorism. U is for unity. V to the W to the X to the Y. W to the X to the Y to the Z. V is for the villains, the vanguards, the vultures. W is for the women, the willing, the weeping. X is for the expectations, the exceptions, the experienced. Y is for yesterday and for the youth and for you. Z is for the zones, the zealous for Zion. The zealous for Zion, we are coming. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful. And E is for the Ehalakasa, excitement, education, and also empowerment. And that was exceptional, Charlie.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
Bro, that was dope, Charlie. That was some wild creativity in there. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Nice. Charlie, salute. We'll get back to talk more. Thank you so much. And Charlie, you must salute this man. He's been driving for about 4 hours just to make this happen. Charlie, salute. Straight from Kenya, the Divine Bandits. All right, so Efumwa, how do you go to?
Okay, so I is for the idiots, and I can see Dr. So there. Okay, so we are moving on to Yibo. Sir Black.
The boss himself.
He doesn't need so much.
This one is, see, if you don't see Sir Black, this one, some are saying, where's your face? Show your face. Though we know you say it's the darkness, but then. So
look no further. 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 Look around you. Private is here to stay. If you know what I mean, say private. If you know not, say nothing. Private is taking over the self, the soul, and society. My private is invaded. Your private is included. Our private is under siege. Listen, private has come to town, making dates, keeping none. Young and old, polarized. Object and subject, fantasized. The living and the dead, victimized. Visible and invisible, commercialized. Time and space, criticized. Life and love, monopolized. And everything upon this earth is privatized. Look no further. Private is here to stay.
Look no further. Private is here to stay. Look no further. Ehalakasa online talk party is here to stay. That was dope. Like, you know, it's hard to comment after a Black performance. So just keep quiet and move on. And that was dope. All right, so if you are here enjoying the beauty, the bliss, the life, the healing, please do what to share the link with everybody, Charlie. Life and love monopolized. How do you do that? Amazing. It's amazing. Deep content. All right, so that was Sir Black. If you saw anything black, it's Sir Black, so don't worry about his image. Yes, sir. All right, Fuma.
Let's see.
Yes. I think you have an issue with Dr. Soba later. Okay, can you introduce?
I'm not saying anything. Okay, so yeah, moving on to our woman in the house, Marishika, the Queen of Queens, the Queen of the Nines.
Yes. Evergreen.
Thank you. Thank you. This poem is called Natural Woman.
Okay.
When was the last time you felt the warm scalp of a woman? Ran your fingers through her hair, twisted her natural locks through your fingers, or walked your fingers through the rows of braids, just like walking through fields of corn? When did you see the true beauty of your African woman, or saw a flawless dark skin, or kissed her natural plump lips? From the days of slavery, Black women were told, you gotta have hair like massa. Don't want no black sin girl with nappy hair in the house. The beautiful Black women were kept in the cotton fields, while those that had lighter skin, the products of the slave masters, were kept as house slaves. If your hair was long and straight without a crinkle, it was your bonus, a passport to heaven, a ticket to the illusion of freedom. Now, I hardly see an original Black woman. They all seem to have become Chinese, Indian, Brazilian, and European, thinking about hair that is not their own, that may be from a horse, a yak, or a plastic factory, afraid to show their natural beauty, afraid because their men have become conditioned to think that a perfect woman has straight hair and fair skin. Afraid because their sisters would laugh and tease them for their tight curls. Wake up. Have you ever really looked at the beauty of a Black woman, all natural and dark? The way her teeth and eyes sparkle in contrast to her skin, the way her hair feels soft like the ends of an ear of corn, or woolly like that of a newborn lamb, twisting and curling itself through your fingers, true feelings exploding through the shaft of natural hair. Men, treat a natural woman with respect. Women, rise up for the natural woman who dared, for her inner strength and inner pride, have made her able to go against the norm, to show her true self, just the way God made her, perfect, a beautiful Black woman.
Mm.
Mm.
That's the way God made her. Perfect. Beautiful black woman. And the question was, when was the last time you felt the warmth of a natural woman? I wish I could have a double dose of this particular pill. Wow. Didn't you like that? Didn't you love that piece?
I did.
Priceless. Amazing. Wow. And coming from a natural woman. That was beautiful. So those of you putting carrying horses on your head, walking around.
So you guys, you don't want natural women. That's why she said
true.
men.
That's what
natural women with respect.
You'll be surprised. So let me salute all the natural women in the house. Starting with Efumwa, natural woman. Perfect. Mariska herself. Perfect. Who else do I see? Miram, natural woman. Perfect. Miss Bonkwa.
Yes, Bonkwa.
Mama Makida, natural woman. Perfect. With her locks almost touching the ground. Okay. Sheila Aram, also natural woman. Perfect. I see Naomi. I don't know Naomi, but I believe she's a natural woman too. And who else? No, Zali is a man. Okay, all right. So let's continue. All the perfect women, the natural women in the house, and keep that natural going on, because that's what men love. The other one is just.
Oh, you're lying.
We'll discuss later. All right. So, okay. So that just went by was the first streak of performances. If you are not here, anyone who's not here tonight is missing. So please do want to share the link across board. Let's get a lot of people here so they get to sip of this juice. All right.
Okay, so
take us into the second.
The second phase we are starting with Igbo.
Yes.
The man without a face, the man with the blackness.
So this piece is actually covered by one of my favorite godfathers. His name is Oscar Brown Jr. from America. I mean, he's old and his performance is still powerful as he's young. And I want to be like that when I also grow old.
Nice.
And I think it fits so perfectly in our contemporary Ghanaian society. So I feel like sharing this piece. The children of children, by the time they are half grown, have habits like rabbits and young of their own. The children of children from their mama's laps are all down to the ground to be taken in traps. The children of children are trapped by dark skin to stay in and playing a game no one wins. The children of children, while still young and sweet, are all damned and programmed for future defeat. The children of children are trapped by adults who fail them and jail them and hide the results. The children of children unable to cope with systems that rob them of hope. The children of children are seen and ashamed and keep pairing and bearing, and who do you blame? The children of children cry out every day. They beg you for rescue, and what do you say?
Charlie, this is where Oliver Twist comes in. It leaves you thirsty for more. Wow, the children of children. These are pieces that go into eternity. They never end. This piece has no end. So please, if you feel inspired to continue the children of children, please do so. And let's have a full piece. But this was super sweet. All right, Seblag. You as a person, you still remain a mystery. Though you've been around and you are more like the largest foundation when it comes to poetry in Ghana and also Africa. A lot of effect, positive. Great contributions you've had over the years, and sometimes I wonder how you've been able to do that. One who has had a chance to leave the system and all, but for the sake of the mandate to carry, you've decided to remain and still hold all of us together in oneness and still grinding hard. And on that, I say salute and thank you so much. All right, so give us a little history of how Ehalakasa started. As the co-founder.
This is an unexpected question. Well, I mean, I still can remember the place somewhere around Abadi, not too far from Usu also. Myself and Nilante, may so rest in peace. I mean, the late Nilante. We were around, I think, 2007. Yeah, 2007. We were actually been discussing and deliberating on how we can call poetry as Ghanaians or as Africans. The word poetry is English. So we're thinking, how do we call it as Ghanaians? And so we started like brainstorming and everything kept coming up, different things keep coming up. And then we're like, I think he does music, he does poetry, I do poetry. And so the idea of putting words and then song and then speaking together came up. So we arrived at using the word kasa, song, and then talk. Which, I mean, we have Eha, which is song in Ewe, and then La is sing in Ga, and then Kasa talk in Twi. And we try putting it together in different ways. But I mean, the sound of Eha before, Kasa at the end, and then La in the middle. I mean, you know, the guns, you can't really fight them. You can't, they are so strong that they can massacre you easily. So we have to put them in the middle. They like to center stage. We allow them to be in the middle. And the Ewe people too, you know that you really cannot go without the woman. And so the sweetness of the woman is what you have to bring forward in order to convince the world that, look, this is the woman we have, this is what we look like. Then we know that the Fante people in the middle of the country, anywhere you go, you think all Ghanaians are cans. So we just put them so that they will, you know, so this combination, the play of the language and the structure of our social fabric was what we thought of putting together, and then we arrived at Ehalakasa. So this was in 2007. And then in 2009, we got the opportunity with the help of Martinez Global and Nobuke Foundation. We started Ehalakasa there. So from that time till now is history.
Wow, Charlie, brilliant step. Thank you so much, Steph Black. That was amazing. Amazing history right there, and it's nourishing, refreshing to know how it all began, and all, and it's just a mere thought, just an idea, and see how it's been a blessing to all of us, and it's produced almost every poet known or unknown in Ghana and beyond Ghana, especially Ghana, has passed through Ehalakasa one way or the other. No doubt, anyone, all of them, and salutes to you and all those who have held the fort from the beginning till now, and all those who are still grinding the current generation and all. And the amazing thing is, you are still here. Mariska is still here. Mama Makida is still here.
I think I need to mention, that Mariska has been very, very supportive in a lot of the projects we do, also because she is executive member at the Ghana Association of Writers. They always affiliate with us, and then we go on workshops in senior high schools, and she's been very much involved with the things we do, and she also gives us a lot of support. So I want to say thank you to her for accepting to still be around with us, and it's really, really inspiring to see her as a young lady with us all the time.
Thank you.
And I can see Ziali down there. And I think I need to mention that Ziali is also a very strong pillar in this journey that we have come to. Ziali, I see you, eh?
Nice. And salutes to Dr. Martin Iblogbe, also Dr. Akwe Jackson, the two idiots, Dr. So in the house tonight.
Dr. So is in the house,
yeah, Charlie, the four being so supportive. So if you hear of Ehalakasa today, know that there's been sweat, blood, and tears around it to get all to make it happen. Yes, and someone was asking about the t-shirts. You can contact the TIN for the beautiful t-shirts. You can see this one, the white and the gray, shiny gray, the Ehalakasa everywhere. There's pink, any color. You can get the shirt, let him print on it for you, because you have to wear it because it's a badge of honor. Thank you so much, Sir Black. All right, so let me leave Sir Black. Okay, so let's move on to the next performance. Thank you so much, Sir Black.
Okay, so I'm sure that those that didn't know the meaning of Ehalakasa, they have been enlightened.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we are moving on to the woman who have been supportive from the beginning, Marishika.
Mariska?
Yes, thank you. This poem I wrote after a lot of my expatriate friends used to complain about getting things done in Ghana. So it's called My Way and Your Way. The most infuriating thing here are the artisans. Their ways are not your ways, and their time not your time. They have the talent and the gift to make things with their hands, but not how to keep the interests and money of another man. Their ways are not your ways. You go out to them with a plan. Can you do this? Oh, yes, I can. How long will you take? They give a time. You pay to get the simple thing done. Your way is not their way. You come on time to get your item. They rub their hair and smile. I had a funeral. My boys didn't come. I went to the village. My mother is sick. The story is a sham. No apologies. No, I'm sorry. Just that I have not finished. Come again, madam. You hold your anger. They've wasted your time. You have to shout to show that you're serious, and all they do is smile. They're doing other jobs that your advance has sponsored. They collect your money like an octopus with 8 hands, with no thought of you. Their ways are not your ways. You order a piece, let's say blue and curved. You come to collect it and you see the worst. It is green and straight, and they look in your face. Is it not good, madam, they say. But I ordered curved and blue, you say. I know, but it looked better painted green. In Ghana, we don't use blue on such a thing. I don't care, you say. I said blue. Then, madam, you have to pay extra for me to buy new paint. You look with disbelief and feel like committing murder. You need your peace, so all you do is rant and rave and open up your purse and pay. Sometimes their ways are not your ways, and their time is not your time. You should never go back to one person more than twice. The first 2 times your service is great. Then the next time you go, you're a burden, a fussy person, and they are flexing their muscles at you. You now have to beg, to threaten, to rant and rave. The stress is more than one can bear. It's not a lot to learn to see. The better service and better work means recommendations to other friends. But somehow their ways are not your ways, and their understanding not your understanding. Those who know how the ball works are quick to learn and can really earn. But what time does one have to go searching around Ghana for that person? You learn as you stay here that their ways are not your ways, and their sense of time not your time.
Wow.
I'm sure you've all experienced that.
I know, right? Wow. Amazing piece right there. Carries a lot of depth. Thank you so much for sharing that beauty. I have a mountain of questions for you. However, let me just limit it to a few. So tell us how the journey has been for you. Yes, over the years. So over the decades. Yes.
Over the decades, yes. I can't remember the year. I think it was 2002. I had my first poetry event in England, and it was called Sound Your Voice. And I actually had been writing poetry from secondary school, but I wasn't serious. It was until after the death of my husband that I really got seriously into poetry. So I write both emotionally and then about things around me. So it was it was called Find Your Voice. That's what it was.
Find Your Voice.
So yes, and it used to be held in a basement of a place in East London. So I had to go by train all the way there. But when you have the desire, you really, get into it. And then when I came to Ghana, I think my first one was Ehalakasa at Nubuki. And then after that, the splinter groups, Alewa, and the others came from there. So I enjoyed Nibuki a lot. That was where I met Sir Black. Then from there, I've been moving with the waves, wherever splinter groups are. I usually identify people who were from the Ehalakasa from the beginning. And when they post things, I always take part in it. I wrote my first poetry book. And it's been, I think it would have gone higher if it wasn't for COVID, because things were really coming to a certain point before COVID, and all that. So we miss the outside events, things like we miss seeing each other, catching up, seeing who's got married, who's got children, whose wives have joined, who have married each other, and all that, But poetry is a way of letting out steam and then writing about things that if you normally wrote as a journalist, you might be sued. But when you turn it into a poem, nobody can identify that you're writing about me. So you get away with a lot of things. That's why they say the pen is mightier than the sword.
That's right. That's right. Indeed.
So that's been the direction. So from the poetry, then I started writing novels and then gone to children's stories. And all my stories or novels have poetry in them. So one of them is supposed to be a romance where the main character is a poet. So of course, every so often poetry comes in the story, so that's how you mix the two. So that's been my journey.
Wow. Listen, if you meet this woman somewhere, you have to give her a medal because she deserves it. And you have to write stories about women like her. Bonkoa, take notice of it. So you have to write books about women like her. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beauty. And a lot of poets look up to you. Not only, most of the time we are tempted to believe it's only the females who look up to you, but the males also look up to you for your tenacity, your drive over the years. So what has really kept you going? What has been your motivation to still keep grinding? Because sometimes it gets hard, it gets difficult, but you've been here and still are. I see you, Bonkwa.
What keeps me going is the love of poetry and freedom to express what I want to without anybody telling me what to do, And then also you make your own time and sit down and write. It's a way of detoxifying your spirit. When you are down, you put things down. When somebody annoys you, I won't say curse them, but you insult them in a poem. But you change it so it's like somebody else, and it's a way of survival. I mean, can you imagine lockdown and then you're not a writer? All you have to do is sit and watch TV because there's nothing else to do. But as a writer, you start getting creative and then using your brain and finding things to do.
Right.
So yeah.
So
that's what has kept me going.
Nice. So thank you so much. And quickly before I move on to the next act, can you tell us about your anthology with Dr. Martin and also your project with Kwame Wright? Salutes to Dr. Martin and Kwame Wright wherever they are. All right.
Okay, Kwame Wright, Natural Black Woman. I recorded for him and he put music to it. So it's on his CD and I think on the volume 1. And so that went well. I had copies I distributed when I went on my travels. And then with Martin, he asked for pieces on resilience. So in his new anthology coming out, there is a story in there, and it is a true story of resilience and surviving as a woman, a single mom, a woman running away from a bad relationship and how you survive and all that. So when it comes out, please get a copy. There are other anthologies as well that you mentioned. So when we're on the third lap, we can talk about those as well.
Okay, nice. And where can we get some of those you've already released as we look forward to the new ones?
At the moment, Ghana Association of Writers.
Okay.
Other places, they just cover your books with other people's books. And when you go, you can't even find them. So I've stopped taking them around. So usually when I get new prints, I carry them wherever I'm going, take them to church, take them to events, wherever, and sell there. Ghana Association of Writers have copies of my books.
Okay, nice. And quickly, do you have any on the digital platforms, in digital space?
Yes, Amazon. If you just put in my name, my books will come up on Amazon.com and .co.uk.
Okay, nice. So as Mariska Taylor or Mariska
Mariska Araba Taylor, that full name.
Nice. All right. So thank you so much. All right. So we'll come back to you again for the last performance. Thank you so much. Natural beauty, natural woman. Okay. All right. Ifuma.
Nothing.
You must into the next act.
Okay. So after our pen, we are moving on to the man who used the alphabet to create a piece out of it. The Divine Bandits.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. What's up?
Thank you, everyone. So for the second piece, I feel in a way it will be kind of connected to Mariska's piece, and I'm gonna be reading it. It's quite a new piece. I just wrote it last year, and I hope everyone enjoys. The title of the piece is Alkebulan Vibrations. So Alkebulan used to be the original name for Africa. It means land of the black people in Arabic. So the title of the poem is Alkebulan Vibrations, and I'm just gonna start.
Nice.
I get goosebumps when black men dance. Maybe it's an energy, a force, a spirit, or maybe it is the way I was raised, the ways I was praised for an instant. Then I was singing Hallelujah in the Black Mariah while I lost my vocal cords to her arch. I see goosebumps on black women's skin. It's definitely an energy, truly a force that exudes her spirit. Or maybe it's just the way that she was raised, the way I praise her, still a constant. Before we shame her in hallelujahs, a new pariah, clad in black, hands in cords at her own march. I feel goosebumps when my skin chooses to dance. I energize the force, for they would sooner break my spirit. Or maybe it is the way we raise the bar, the way we praise Jah, forever resistant, shameless in our hallelujahs. Our notes hit Mariah as we carry on to the next watch. It's very short, but precise.
Wow. It sure is precise. Wow. And that also left me hungry for more. That was a beautiful transition from the natural woman to Alkebulan, the land of the black people.
Exactly, yes.
This brother is deep. I told you all to bring your notebooks tonight because tonight is a special kind of night. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, Charlie. So tell us a little bit about you. But first of all, I'm curious to know why the Divine Bandits. By the name they go on, the name is dope. I love the name, first of all, Divine Bandits. Is it more like Zorro of a kind, or it's you tell us?
It is kind in a way, but I actually came up with the name just when I wrote my first poem. When I wrote my first poem about 20 years ago, my first interest was, when I ever write, which name am I going to use as a pen name? Because I never planned to actually use my real name. I wanted to use a pen name, something I could perform with on stage. And so that's how I came up with the Divine Bandit. But in essence, originally, the reason I was coming up with the Divine Bandit was because, just like Mariska, I started writing when I was in high school. So I just come from the very kind of conservative, very innocent kind of age in primary school. And then now here I was in high school, starting to realize there's all these different things in the world. There's all these different ways that we feel and we grow. And you start feeling almost like you're not being as conservative as you were or as you were supposed to be. And so I had to have a conversation with myself where I realized at the end of the day, no matter how much of a bandit I was becoming, as I called it, I was still divine, I was still of God, I was still of the creator. And so that's how originally the name, the Divine Bandit, came up. But then later on in the years, as I continued writing, as I continued performing on stage, the Divine Bandit took more of a different meaning. Because it's now that there's a divine part of me in the writing, and there's also a bandit way in the way I write, and also in the fact that a bandit is expected to steal. So as you said, so is it a Zorro kind of thing? But in this essence, it's that we are supposed to capture or steal the people's hearts and attention as you're presenting to them. And then the divine, that one always remains. That one will always mean the same thing. It's just a reminder that there is divine in me. I am of God, I am of the creator. So that's how that came up.
Oh, nice. And tonight, Divine Bandit is stealing away all the negativity and pouring in positive vibes. Conscious, Charlie, thank you so much. All right, so I see you're a key part of Slam Africa in Kenya. So tell us a little bit about Slam Africa and whether you yourself as a poet you've ever slammed, and how does one partake in the Slam Africa?
Oh, yes. So, yes, Slam Africa, I've been attending Slam Africa and participating, especially earlier when I was in college. So that's around 2007, 2008. So we used to have all these different slammers. So they used to have different venues and all that. And at first, of course, we just started with like Kenyans. Mostly it was just in Nairobi. Then that moved to the rest of the counties, all the different provinces, and then we moved now to the rest of Africa. So now we have even people coming in from other countries when they can be able to travel. Currently with the COVID situation, we are doing it online. So we've already started with the preliminary first round. So I already, I would say, matured from the point of when I used to perform. I was once a runner-up for the Slam Africa King. I think it was in December of maybe 2014 or 2015, around there. But now currently I'm working with a team. So I actually had to be one of the people who goes through like the submissions that came in, especially in video because of the COVID situation. From the different countries, you have to listen to the person, you have to look at all the different ways that you're supposed to judge a performance. So there's the original writing and then there's a performance, there's the internalization and all those things that happen. So that's currently what I do with Slam. Slam is a very big thing. So like you were saying about like Ehalakasa, if someone is in Ghana, any poet in Ghana has probably gone through Ehalakasa, then that's the same thing with Slam. In Kenya, there is definitely not many poets who know who not gone through Slam Africa, because the people who actually become the Slam Africa kings and queens are normally some of the most renowned people who've gotten deals. Some of them you will see them maybe acting. Some of them you will see them getting into advertisements where they need maybe a poet, someone who can perform some few words here and there. And some of them even working with like different NGOs, working during events. They are called during events. They are paid to maybe be one of the performers rather. But it's quite interesting to be able to see poets being invited to events to perform and treated with the same respect as maybe other performers, as singers and everyone else, because we are all creators. But we've always had the issue of where maybe poetry is not something that's understood by everyone. It's quite niche in a way. And so it's good to see them going out there and having even poets being recognized. And I think for us, the kind of events we've had with Slam Africa, they've kind of been the ones that have grown poetry the most in Kenya. Wow,
Charlie, big up to yourself and also Slam Africa for the wonderful work and contribution to the arts in Kenya, Africa, and also across the globe. Thank you so much. Everyone salutes. All right, so we'll get back to you with the last performance. Thank you so much for the insight. Okay, so from the Divine Bandit, let's start off the third streak of performances.
Okay, so we are starting with our queen, Mariska
Taylor.
Yeah. This one is titled I Love Ghana. We have the opportunity to leave, but we're still here through thick and thin. From the moment my feet touched the ground, the moment I heard the different sounds, the heat that hit my face made me know I'd found my place. Every trip back to this country of mine makes me love it in a way I can't define. the different shades of people, the hustle in the streets, the reckless bus drivers, the kaya girls in the street, the food by the roadside, the colors of the clothes, the smiles in the faces of young girls carrying life-giving water in colorful buckets placed on their heads. The hot early morning sun, the chickens and goats all out to run. Even the mosquitoes make music before they bite. The smells in the air, the sight of children playing without worries and birds all around in flight as though in some kind of hurry. The music filled with life, the drums beating with powerful might, the church bells are ringing, the night songs of Christian brethren, the mosque cries are calling, the hi-fi is loud and blaring, the crowds always cheering, the markets always bustling. I love Ghana. The solidarity when you mourn, the companionship when you celebrate, the shouts of good morning from strangers in the streets, even when they are running late and rushed off their feet. Oh, I love Ghana. A country of rich culture, of rich laughter, of rich music, of rich tradition. I love Ghana. The food so colorful, the palm soup red and orange, the kontomire mysteriously green, the shito black as night, the gari yellow as the sun, the kokonte brown as earth. How can you feel blue with colorful foods that will overwhelm you? I love my country, Ghana. People of different cultures, different tribes, different dialects, different lives, all thrown together in a melting pot, intertwined like the roots of the neem tree, each passing through life like a pothole in the street, up, down, in, out, up, down, in, out. I love my country, Ghana, a place with cultures old and new, make up the national stew, life surrounded by powerful, hardworking women, the matriarchs, alive and strong, the ones who continued from times long gone. Their influence is always around like the undercurrent of a river rolling along. I love Ghana. The patience of the people queuing in long lines like millipedes, lines for buses, lines to vote, lines for water, lines to eat, moving along with shuffling, tired feet. I love my country, Ghana. The hustle, the bustle, the rhythms of life pulsating along. I can't live without my country, Ghana. I love Ghana, the sea so blue, the sun so white, the sun so hot, trees green and just right. If I continue with this love of mine, I'll talk on and on and on and on into the night. But oh, how I love Ghana.
Wow. And of course, it would have been a beautiful night if we had to just sit and infuse ourselves in this beautiful piece. I love Ghana and I love this piece. Don't you love Mariska? Amazing. You bring an extraordinary feel to the game, so detailed, meticulous. Thank you so much for sharing that beauty with us. All right, so from this queen, I see another beautiful queen in the house who has also been a major contribution to Ehalakasa and also poetry and art in Ghana, Crystal Tete Mada Ghana. All right, so Akwaba. Okay, so before please introduce the next artist.
Okay, so I love my beautiful Ghana. We are moving on to the Divine Bandits.
Divine Bandits.
We are already back to me again. So thank you so very much. I love this last poem. I just wrote it in November of last year. It's kind of a continuation in a way to an older poem I wrote in 2014 that I titled I Don't Know How to Spell Love. So if you ask many of the people who've listened to me or seen me perform in Kenya, I'm known more of like the kind of love poet kind of person because that's how I started writing poetry in the first place. So the title of this poem is Memories of the Future.
Nice.
Okay. Did you forget that my letters mail themselves so that they can form words at your doorstep? Did you forget that my words weave tales that blow open the doors to your heart? Did you forget I love like a bracket, enclosing everything about you in my mind, so when the time comes, I can pass the parents' thesis? Did you forget I chase rabbits down holes, because I see your light at the end of their tunnels? Did you forget that I only laugh at comics because deep down, I aspire to be your hero? Did you forget that I can't spell love, but feel it every time our fingers touch? Did you forget my lips as I spoke out of turn to describe how yours taste? Did you forget my hands after they lifted you to touch heaven? Did you forget when I'd miss you and act like one going through hell? Did you forget I like making you meals, toiling away as I try to make you dinner? Did you forget the gifts received as I try to make you aware of my presence? Did you forget our rides that gear us up to more ecstasy than fast cars? Did you forget your name in the lyrics of my last song? Did you forget your hands in my locks, or you just missed me by a hair? Did you forget my kisses because the butterflies made you float away? Did you forget the lyrics because I sang your song out of tune? Did you forget my promises because you haven't recently had my word? Did you forget you're my muse because we lit a fire on what you inspire? Did you forget my madness, that I'm crazy about you? Did I love you wrong so that when your tears left, I'd be on the right? Because I remember our kisses at your doorstep. I remember our tales, especially the fascinating journey to win your heart. I remember the cuddles, my arms becoming your bracket. I remember riding the train with you, making good use of the tunnels. I remember the strength in your soul that told me you didn't need a hero. I remember the sparks in the dark as my eyes lit up from your touch. I remember your trips to the kitchen, swearing that you only wanted a taste. I remember your hugs, the closest thing to heaven. I remember you in pain, my personal hell. I remember your eyes in mine, sitting across at dinner. I remember your scent, your fragrance that made me aware of your presence. I remember the trips, slowing down for a moment while ignoring the fast cars. I remember the first notes to our favorite song. I remember when the beat would drop and the sweat in your hair. I remember our calls every time you were some miles away. I remember our dance, bodies swaying to the melody of our sensual tune. I remember our conversations. I remember every word. I remember your love. I remember what it could inspire. I don't need to remember my madness. I'm still crazy about you. I didn't love you wrong. Our tears are on the left as we make this love our right. Thank you, everyone.
Chale. This is the kind of pee you have to close your eyes to truly get the jinx of. Wow, Chale. Something to do me. I don't know how to explain. Chale. No, Chale. Too much dopeness from the Divine Bandits. That was true.
Thank you so much.
You did still a heart. Thank you so much, bro. Beautiful. All right, so if we move to the last performance for the night.
Okay. I'm sure you have learned something since you don't know anything about love and how to say romantic things, you know. I'm sure you have learned.
If you forget everything, don't forget Fridays. This happens every Friday. TalkParty. All right.
Okay, so our last performer is Yibo.
Yibo Kojo Yibo, aka Black. All right, so a video will be showing, so please pay attention. Super amazing. About 5 minutes and we are out of here. Okay, so enjoy. Please check the sound.
Ashakiri Amadami Amakombale Bede Amakade Imazema Makade Mirere. I don't expect you to forgive me after this oration, and I don't expect you to forget me. I don't expect you to get upset, and I don't expect you to get hurt. I don't expect you to get affected, and I don't expect you to get infected. I don't expect you to get confused, and I don't expect you to get seduced. Somehow we all got to put on some thinking caps now because we have to grow up tonight, far up to reach the height where we can put on some light, because the sex scam has destroyed a lot of people. So we'll ask you, what are we going to do about it? The cradle of all humanity, the nest that bred prosperity, the land that founded the colors, the blacks, the browns, the pinks, the whites, and the yellows, which today informs one's identity. However, the filthy prosperity of her developed offspring, aka developed nation, had been used to justify the persistent indignity of a dying mother. The grave is inevitable, but I ask, to which end? Greed only desires dividends. Greed did not only push you to bite the hand that fed you, it drove you to storm the womb that gave birth to you. Nevertheless, there is unlimited evidence typified by your grand agenda, exposed right here in the city of Berlin some 130 years ago. You see, some 130 years ago, thievery and exploitation is the order of the day. When we seek justification, Spencer claimed it was human nature. Harry Berry said, we have as much as possible been able to keep the black man at the level of the beast. And if we can extinguish their capacity to see the light, our work will be complete. And if we can extinguish their capacity to be enlightened, our work will be complete. Others say the black race cannot be civilized and so must be exterminated completely. Well, you develop children, leave your mother dry in vivid display. But that's okay, as it helped you to keep your profound stature. You succeeded, you continue to enslave the motherland. You take advantage of her needs and ignorance, creating synthetic colonial borders to keep her in shackles, disguised in the form of grants and foreign aid, scholarship and fellowship, diplomacy and democracy, modernization and liberalization, not to mention your iron fist of immigration from brainwashing to black exploitation. Mind you, many empires have risen and fallen, and that norm won't change. Fact remain, but those that persist forever will they that fought the temptation to deviate from one's history and culture. You see, an everlasting well cannot run dry. Legacy is so that unlike men, truth don't die. Man will always want to conceal in order to control, but Jehovah God reveals to redeem. We, the tree of this tree we call humanity, cannot fold our hands in despair and cry. We won't. We know too well that only the weak seek to find relief inside. A developed spirit who preys on his mother is not a predator, but a pest. Unfortunately, the coward and ignorance of today regard this as a conquer. It is absolutely not difficult to tell what a sproul was for, and still is for, is it? With the insatiable crave for gold and control, blindingly visible even to the optically disabled. There is difficulty, however, and it's in the detail. What represents your idea of gold and control? Or let's say, go in control, though insufficient, the clear disparity of small half and a larger half, the dominance of man's lighter color over darker ones cannot possibly be ignored. I say to you today, I say to you today, I say to you today, Berlin, don't look at me like that. The devil is always in the details. And don't ask me how, but if you will, tell me, you will tell them. I told you to tell them. I told you to tell them that those who took away our drums, they are heavily disappointed and surprised. They could not take away our dance. Our dance. Our dance. Dance.
Wow. This beat brings tears to the left eye, you know, like it's so heavy a piece. Trust me, the whole world needs to hear it. It took away our drums, but they could never take away our dance. Wow. Beautiful piece there by Sir Black, also featuring Dr. Bernard Akwe Jackson. Beautiful project, beautiful project. Sir Black, And talking about projects, there's another project coming up between you and Dr. So, but Charlie, that was heavy, super heavy. Trust me, super heavy. So before you tell us about your project with Dr. So, you can tell us how long this project has been, because I see Dr. Jackson's hair was short.
This was in, I think, 2015.
Wow.
When I think Germany was reenacting the scramble for Africa. I mean, it was the 130 years when the Europeans gathered in Berlin, I think 1884, 85, when they decided to divide Africa. So they gathered in Berlin to say, okay, I'll take this part, I'll take this part, I'll take this part. You know, that kind of conference. A lot of Africans or people did not know that they gathered to divide our boundaries like this, because Ghana, the boundary of Ghana is not supposed to be like that. I mean, we were one people. So this division, and so the contest was to reenact that sitting. And so this piece was a commissioned piece that I did, and we were invited to do this, myself, Bernard Akwe Jackson, and then the Fucking Boys, One Love Kubolo and Mensa.
So the revolutionary, and this is a piece the whole of Africa needs to hear. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, so you can quickly tell us about your project with Dr. So.
Yeah, I think I should let Dr. So do that, because it's very, very, I mean,
confession.
This, okay, I think Dr. So should talk about this. It's very.
Dr. So.
Yeah. Dr. So, Doctor of Orgasmic Litigation.
Yes.
And these are the chronicles from the doctor's orgasm. That's it.
Straight up.
Well, Confessions of a Casanova. I mean, is a project whereby we have confessions in a lot of chapters. The Casanova's experiences, and many a times, I mean, when people do things, we don't actually get to put them in the hot seat, question them, and try to find out the kind of thing, like what inspired them to do what they are, like what they did or what they have done. But for the first time, we will actually have opportunity to listen to the story of the Casanova, listen to how he sees things from a particular perspective, and have a chance to interact with him and question him based on the confessions that we have listened to. So after listening to each chapter of the confession, we have the opportunity to actually put the Casanova in a hot seat and question him based on the stories that he has said. And we can battle him based on his principles, whether we think that they are just or they are not just. And it's not all about, if I talk about confessions of a Casanova, the main reason why we use the Casa, the Casa in a tree means to speak. And this Casanova is like, there are a lot of confessions, not about maybe he being with only women, but his political experience, his conning experience. I mean, things that he has gotten away with in his life. Yes, and he has confessed all of them. So it's going to be in a lot of chapters, Sir Black and myself. After each chapter, we are going to give ourselves opportunity to sit in the hot seat and Casanova being questioned. Yeah, so that is basically what the project is all about.
I'm looking forward, particularly to your confession.
Chronicles from the doctors of orgasm, Chronicles, lots of chronicles.
So, Charlie, the updates on the confession of the Casanova. Look forward to it. So all of you check the Ehalakasa space, the 2 Idiots space, Dr. So's page for updates. I can't wait for this one, Charlie, because a lot to know, a lot to learn, a lot to experience. Nice, Charlie. So wish you guys all the best on it. And but when is it coming out? When is it going to?
Pretty soon. It's going to come out pretty soon. We are still.
How soon is your soon?
Let's say in the next 1 month. I mean, the first chapter should drop. The first confession. The first confession should drop, and these are very emotional confessions, and you find out how very heartless and selfish that people can be at a particular time. And they try their best to justify their selfishness, and that is the most interesting thing that as human beings we realize that we are channeled to actually have our success through the failure of other people. It's no matter how we find it hard to explain. Let's say that you are a mechanic. Your daily prayer is like somebody's car should get spoiled. That's your daily prayer. No, that is your daily prayer that somebody's car should get spoiled so that the person will come so that you're going to fix the car. And the person whose car is also spoiled is like, shit, why is my car damaged? So I mean, the disadvantage of someone else, advantage of someone else, and like these are where the Casanova gets his inspiration from. That regardless of how you want to judge him or you want to see him, I mean, don't call him heartless, but it's based on his human instincts. That's why he's doing the things that he's doing.
Wow.
So
very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the prayer of the coffin maker.
Oh, Charlie.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much, Dr. So. Thank you so much. And we look forward to the confession of the Casanova. Dope. All right, so quickly, let me salute all those who stayed in before we read the comments that came through tonight. Those who poured love on the page tonight. Tonight has been fire. So salute, first of all, to our three amazing guests tonight, Mariska Taylor, the Divine Bandit, and Sir Black, aka Yibo Kojo Yibo. I see DAK, Naomi from the beginning, and also no nickname, the Scribbler, Bunja, Ninoy, Krista Tete, Abdul Rashid Nuhu, Miss Bonkwa the Fancy Girl, Nairam, and all those watching from YouTube. Charlie, salutes to all of you, as well as our Facebook page. Nice. So quickly, Fuma, can you read out some of the interesting comments that came through before we draw the curtains tonight? Okay, Fuma is not here. Okay, but some nice comments came through. Dr. So, if you can kindly
okay. Ian says a powerful. Mama Makita says, "Hey Charlie, that was creative, sir." Ian says, "Private is here to stay." Mama Makita is back. Life and love monopolized. And Dr. Soul says, "Can I indulge your privacy in an orgasmic litigation?" Humankind said, "Black with the dark contest." Niram is, "I love this poem. Glad to hear it again." Mama Makida, when was the last time? The illusion is free. Have you ever known a natural Black woman? Ian says, "Black natural, Black woman." Makida said, "Black, blackity, black." Hope the poet said, "Black." Oh, Ian says, "Who do you blame? Parents of parents, society of society." Say Black. Ziley says, "Black." And Ziley said, "Black." And move on to Mama Makida. Mida says, "Black." Middle son. Humankind says Ehalakasa is a magic word. Without into bracket us, you can't settle in life. Ziali says, "This is so true. The artisan is in a different realm of existence." Miss Bonkwa says, "Auntie Mareshka, thank you. This is how one seamstress showed me Pepe. That day, I really felt like committing murder." Wow. Aram says, your ways are not their ways. Zion says, "Amazing piece, Auntie Mariska." Miss Bonkwa Nati, "I have heard you. Why?"
Straight.
Kibunja says, "Yeah, go, darling." Mariska, "I got goosebumps." Zion says, "Beautiful poem." No nickname says, "Dopeness." Mariska, "It is true. They invite poets and want your services for free. For free." No nickname says, "You had me at heat." Nayam says, "It's beautiful. I love Ghana." Ayan, "I love Ghana." Kibunja, "This is my favorite. This is my most favorite poem." His Royal Blackness says, "I remember our kisses at your heart steps." Mariska, "My arms becoming your bracket." Nayam says, "They didn't forget." Mariska, "Not all true lovers are forgotten, even if it doesn't work." Yibo meant dopest love poem. Nayram, "I didn't love you wrong." No nickname. Our tears are on our left as we make this love our right. Mariska, the grand agenda, no nickname. If we extinguish their capacity to see the light, then our work will be complete. Nayam says black, and then we have Krista, it lives in us. Mariska says, see how they just passed by without showing interest. Miss Bonkwa A said black, wow. And Doug says a beautiful program. These are the chats for tonight.
Nice. Thank you so much, Dr. So, the doctor of orgasm. Thank you so much. All right. So tonight, so sorry you have to take extra time because tonight you admit it came with an extra feel. Yeah, an extra feel. And this is a session I'll definitely revisit to sip some more because it's been super amazing. Words cannot explain. So with that said, please do want to visit our YouTube channel. And other digital platforms, social media platforms, and also follow Ehalakasa, subscribe, and all that. So once again, thank you so much, Mariska Taylor. Thank you so much, Divine Bandit. Charlie, driving 4 hours just to be here tonight. Salutes. And thank you so much, Sir Black, for everything, because you ensure this show happens. And thank you so much, Etia Hene, for also holding us down with the technical stuff. And thank you all so much, because without you joining in, we didn't have a show. Thank you so much for staying true. And let's do this again next week, Friday, same time, 6 p.m. All right, so it's been the Ehalakasa Online Talk Party. I'm Nati Ogli, and I've done this with Efumwa. Nice. So see you again. The link will be left open.
One more thing is that Kibunja has raised her hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe she wants to say something.
Okay, all right, nice.
Yeah.
Can you unmute and let's vibe? Yes, Kibunja, can you unmute? Okay, can you permit the microphones? Because the show has ended, so you can turn on your videos, turn on your Charlie. Yes, Kibunja. It's coming from his or her side or our side.
Yeah.
Yes, Kibunja, you're on.
Hi.
Hello. Wow,
Hello. Sorry, give me a second. Just a second. Oh, that was a shocking. Hi guys.
What's up?
How are you?
Well and good.
Okay. What am I supposed to say?
You raised your hand, so you know you have something to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about that.
No problem. But glad we could see you. Dr. So just wanted to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful name. So I think
yeah, of course. I raised your hand for you. No, never mind. I want to see your face. So
I beg you want to connect. Yeah? This is a virtual space, but you can still connect. Supernatural things happen even in the virtual space. And
We
Charlie,
shall connect. We will connect, but I belong to Bandit.
Do not encourage him, Nati. That is my wife.
Oh, forgive. Charlie, don't cross it.
Do not cross the borders. Do not cross to Kenya.
Charlie, we cross finish. It's too late now. We cross finish.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Such an interesting time. I love the time. I'll be here next Friday. To watch other people.
Okay.
Wow, nice. Charlie, thank you so much. Beautiful man, beautiful woman, Charlie, beautiful connection.
Thank you.
That's what you want.
Have a lovely time.
All right, bro. Charlie, thank you so much. One love. We'll link up more.
Okay.
Charlie, that was beautiful. So you can please turn on your videos, turn on your audio like Kibuja did, so we vibe more before we say goodbye. Ninoy. Naomi. Where is she? Okay. Who was this in your house? Okay. Yes, Mildred. You came in late. Yo, Abdul Rashid. Okay, Mildred. Oh, you turn on your video? Yes, nice. Okay. So please turn on your mic and tell us something, because you've been on the show for quite some time, but we've never seen you. Today we are privileged to see you. Are you a poet or just a lover of the arts?
I am a poet.
Wow, nice.
Amateur. Yeah.
Come again?
I'm now learning.
Oh, okay.
I'm an amateur poet. Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice meeting you all.
Poetry is poetry. It's a spirit. So once it engulfs you, you may carry